everybody, and welcome to the Watch Fashion Police show every Monday night at the same time, 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Eastern. How are you all out there? This is the show where we talk about fashion and style and watches and stuff in general as well. Just things we like, things we don't like, and that's what we're doing tonight. And with me, of course, I have my fellow sartorial sluts, Michaela the Chatillon and Dirk Kennedy. How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's a beautiful day here today. Blue sky. I'm shocked.
Here too. It's hot and gorgeous.
That's
It's
nice.
hot?
75. It's beautiful.
Lovely.
Strong sun.
in-
This morning was overcast and gray, and then the clouds parted, and I put a jacket on when I went out for errands, and it was so hot I had to take it off.
Is that an Indian summer? Is that what they call that?
Yeah. We're having it's Indian summer. It would be over 80, but I mean, might have gotten up to there. I didn't check. Maybe.
Wow.
Winter will be here soon. Christmas is close. It's 2 months away. I'm in Christmas.
Oh, goodness.
It's wild. It was sunny here today, but not warm. I think those days are gone. That's the end of going out to Lido for me. What are you wearing, Dirk, on the wrist?
Milk house.
Millie.
Why'd you say it like that?
Millie. In green, you get to see the green crystal.
Are you getting used to
Pretty.
it on the left arm now? Or is it just a thing for the show?
It's just a thing for the show. However, I'll forget that I have it on my left wrist and I'll leave the house and it doesn't bother me. I think I could wear it on both now. I don't think it makes a difference.
Wow.
I mean, but though
You
if
have
I
so
go
much
to if I
range.
go to check the time, I do this.
Right. Yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
If I put it on, you know what happens to me? If I put my watch on the right arm, just for sometimes I'm going out and I'm shooting watches, and the safest place for the extra watch is right here rather than in a pocket next to keys or whatever. It feels so big. The watch just
And heavy.
feels like a heavy, big thing. You stick it on here and I don't even notice it. It's definitely
Right. It's
psychological.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Tudor.
Oh, that looks great. Oh man.
Yeah, that'll be-
That is the
It does look
perfect
good.
size watch for you, by the way. It looks
Yeah,
amazing. Is that
it's
44?
big. No, it's actually technically a 41. Can you believe
No.
it wears like a 43, easily a 43.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, it looks good. I like the two-tone. That's
Yeah.
surprising.
I know, and two-tone, a strange two-tone because it's
Yeah,
satinized.
that is
Rather than having high gloss center links, they're all satin, so it has a more rugged look. If this was a fragrance, it would be oud.
sure,
You know?
sure. Listen to him.
This
Oh
is-
boy.
This is
He's in now, kids. It's all over.
It's all over.
Gene O'Malley is in the fragrance game.
You know what I've been
Look at-
doing? You know what I've been doing since last week, and I had all those samples. I've been putting one on every day, a different one, just
You're
to wear it,
crazy.
just to wear it,
You
and
should.
see if I
That's
can
what
get
you
used to it.
do.
Yeah, see which ones I get used to, which ones I like. But it was the weirdest thing because I was putting it there and there, like you were telling me to do. And then one of the days I was out and I went like this, I don't know, just rubbing my neck for a sec.
That was all over your hands.
And then all I could smell, it was all over my
Yeah.
bloody fingers. It was like strange. What are you wearing, Michaela, on the wrist?
I'm wearing a Rolex Datejust.
Holy shit.
What?
This is an Oyster Perpetual from the late 80s, mid 80s. And it's the Jubilee. So it's not just a
Obviously,
Jubilee
Tombstone
bracelet.
Jubilee.
It's not just the Jubilee bracelet. It's the Jubilee dial, which is
Oh, look at
obviously
that.
something they don't make anymore. This was for Rolex's, I believe, 80th anniversary. They
Didn't
made
know you
this
had
dial.
that.
Oh, no, this is not mine. I borrowed this from my friend.
Oh, wow.
Specifically to make a video with, because when I make my videos, I want to have different watches in each one.
Sure.
And I'm running out of options. So if anyone
That
wants to
looks
send me your Sky Dweller for a video, please. Here's my,
Send me a
here's
Sky
my
Dweller.
address. Yeah, but it's fun. I've been liking it. It's so like cheesy, opulent. That's kind of how the 80s were, right? I wasn't there.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
it's a
wasn't alive
two-tone
yet,
on the
so-
Jubilee.
Look at that.
That's
The
that's
Arabic
hilarious.
numerals on it. Look at that.
That's funny. Are we having
Sorry.
an
That's your
intervention
shirt.
now?
Huh?
What's happening? She's being interrupted.
Yeah.
Is there a surprise for
See
this?
our lots is Madame. Happy birthday, Quiz Connect.
Oh my god.
Is it your
You
birthday?
can't keep doing this. I'm so embarrassed.
Is it your birthday,
Eric.
Michaela?
My birthday's this week. It's not today, but I
Tell
told him no
everyone when
presents.
your birthday is.
I don't want to.
You should.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I
Well,
don't know what
it's
this
her
is,
birthday
but
week. That's
I'm
enough.
so
I have to
excited.
open it because I don't know what it is, but if
Yes,
he's
you
gonna
have
give
to
it to
open
me
it.
on the stream, then it's probably
This is what we
something not good.
love.
Eric
This
is such a legend.
Eric
man.
is a legend.
You know
So
what?
fucking cool.
He's actually in trouble because I made him swear not to get me anything this year. I'm
He
just joking.
can't
He's
help
not-
himself.
He's not in trouble.
Yeah, well, he's married to you. Come on.
Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Oh, well, we're all excited.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
The thing about him is he's really good at wrapping gifts like really well. So hold on. He takes his time
There's an
with
art.
it.
There's an art to rapping for sure.
Oh, cute. A little
Oh, Lord
Seiko.
Moses, here we go.
Let's see. Let's see what's
It's
inside.
a watch.
It is. That's always fun. I guess
nice
I have
face.
another piece to make a
Look at
video with.
that.
Hold on.
You know, I heard the squeak of the door open and I knew he was going to do something.
Actually, this says Gégé Le Coute on it.
What?
oh,
I don't know. I
He's
don't
fucking
know.
with you. He's
Wait a
messing
second.
with you.
He is such a ridiculous.
He put
Yeah,
it in his...
speaking of which, that door, it needs to be oiled, but I can't be bothered.
No, that was good warning for us. What was he doing? He's playing with you here.
I don't know what to say. It's a
Oh, dear
reverso.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my God, you got a reverso.
I don't know how to show emotions live on screen, but I'm very shocked right now. So
You
if it sounds like I'm like faking it, I'm not. I don't know what to say.
My God. That's
Too
a
bad my
showcase.
camera sucks and I can't really show.
Oh,
You can see.
Jesus.
That is so
It's
cute. Oh
it's
my
a duo
gosh.
face. It's a duo face.
Stuck with
Reverso.
those peasant diamonds. Sorry.
He said it's stuck with the peasant diamonds. That's ridiculous.
Oh.
Oh, you got diamonds
Okay.
on the other side. Let's have a look.
That's cool. That's really
There's diamonds
cool.
on the
Oh,
top and
there's
bottom.
diamonds.
Sorry my camera doesn't focus, you guys, but
It does a little bit. Oh, that is legend, Eric. Legend. My God, what an
oh my
incredible
goodness.
thing. You have to
He's
put that
so
on now.
sweet. I don't even know what to say. I don't know. I'm very
Thank you,
embarrassed.
Eric.
I guess doing this watch fashion please has been good because I can keep getting surprised with watches on screen. So
This is
cool.
amazing.
Wow.
It's so tiny.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's so
This would be
beautiful.
officially the
Ugh.
smallest watch that I have.
yeah, but
Well,
it's
you're
it's-
always wearing big watches. In
Yeah,
fairness.
exactly.
They're too big for you in some cases. Let's see it on the wrist. Oh my God, this is
Okay.
amazing.
Oh, look at this.
And you had the dial of the date just matched with your shirt and everything.
I did, but you know that's all right. So
that's all
we'll
right.
say goodbye to this
Bye,
little guy
Rolly.
for
Yeah,
now.
bye,
Bye.
Rolly. We're off to JLC now.
Bye. Goodbye, Rolly. Goodbye.
Okay. We'll see.
Wow.
Anyway,
Pedro's
anyway, so how's your guys' day going?
Reverso. Love the Seiko box tricks, says Gobri.
That was
That was
so dumb.
brilliant.
That was very good.
He's so funny.
It's like, oh, how cute. He got
He was probably hoping we'd do a big guessing game with the box closed first and stretch it out, drag it out.
turtle. It's a pink turtle.
Yeah, you know, if we were monetized, we could be like, okay, $500 super chat, and we'll open it.
Yeah, is it do?
So
do
I
we-
have to fix
Is
it.
it duo face or duetto?
I don't know anything about this
yeah.
piece, so good question.
Duo face versus
Oh,
duetto.
look.
Yeah, I have
at
to size it. but
that.
It's very complimentary because it's so
Does it have a-
dainty.
Is it a buckle or a deployant?
Let's have a look at the closure on it.
Hold on, I don't want to break it. One sec.
If it's a buckle, you can just pull it tighter.
Yeah, it's. I have
It's a
to take it off
deployant that you have to
adjust it.
just shift it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I do have to shift it.
Yeah, you can shift it very easy. Look at that. Fucking beautiful.
All right, that's enough attention on me, you guys. Anyway, this does not give me the ick.
That's
For
No.
the theme of the video.
That does not give anyone the ick. Wow. You know what? It is perfect for you. Absolutely perfect. It's so
I can't wait to
elegant.
style it. It's
Oh
so
my
cool.
lord!
It's very easy to click that thing out and put it in the next hole up the
Mhm.
strap. It's very, very easy.
Yeah, I'm
And you
messing
can
with it.
tighten it. Yeah. Patricia Teague, what a nice birthday present. Happy early birthday.
Thank you
Happy
so
birthday.
much. I appreciate that.
The legendary Gymnastic says, and this would be why I don't let my wife know about this channel. Beautiful piece, Michaela.
Oh,
Wow.
Jim, I already invited your wife to watch it. It's too late. She knows.
Wow, what an amazing gift. Incredible. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Wow.
Eric's such
That's
a
your-
doll.
That's
What
your
can
best
you
watch.
do?
Everyone should have a Reverso. Everyone
Everyone.
should have one. Everyone should have a Reverso. It's the ultimate dress watch.
And it doesn't have to be duet or do a face, but if it is, it's better. Because that way
Wow.
you can restyle it. You can just flip it around and have a whole new watch.
Mart
Or
says
you
the
can
perfect
set-
watch
It
for the
says
queen of
duetto on it.
style.
Let's duet too. Okay.
Duetto.
This is the other side.
Look at
It doesn't
that.
look
Oh,
right
look
with
at
this
that.
outfit. I have to style it different.
Don't worry.
That's
Very
a watch
sweet.
that goes with anything, my dear.
Thank you, Mart. Queen of style. I am not, but I appreciate
Angela,
that.
happy birthday.
Oh,
It's
Thank
your
you. I wasn't gonna
birthday.
mention it was my birthday, but he, I guess,
happy
insists.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michaela. Happy birthday to you. Boom.
Nice.
That was so beautiful. Thank
Come
you.
That's so great. I didn't even know it was your birthday this week. Amazing. The
Yeah.
reversal. Look at everybody's going. Joe LaFaro's going crazy. Amazing. Everybody. Dave Fitzsimons. Whoop whoop. Tillip, Space Ace, Julius
What a gift.
Caesar, Dave, Jax. Amazing. Wow, Patricia Teague. Great. You got Marie. You guys are great, man. Well, who couldn't deserve it more than
man.
she does? What an
Every time
absolute
she fixes
banger.
her hair, you see the watch coming out, and it's just like, wow.
I'm by the way, someone said some joke about I'm disappointed. It's not something. I'm not disappointed. I don't know how to genuinely express my excitement on screen. I'm a little more stoic, I guess, than that. I am very excited about this, and I'm gonna have a chat with him later.
She's gonna fall apart after the show's over.
Oh, it's so sweet and unexpected.
Wow.
And I was excited that it was gonna be a new Seiko. So the box said
Yeah.
Seiko Prospects on the outside. So
that
this
would
is
have
even-
been nice, but
this is just next level. And I've been wanting a Reverso in my collection specifically. That's exactly a piece I wanted. So I'm very grateful. And it's a different tone than my usual watches. I usually have like gold tones, rose gold. So this is really cool to have a new
it's an Art Deco
piece and
masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
piece
the
of
So
design
art.
cool.
on that. Look at that.
He's so
fucking piece
cool
of
for
art.
that. That's so sweet.
Daytime
JLC,
evening.
the watchmaker's watchmaker, JLC, just
right.
wonderful. So much better than a Cartier, in my opinion.
So much.
It always comes down for viewers. It's always between a Cartier tank and a JLC Reverso. And I'm like, if you're a watch fan, JLC, because they're just
Out of the two,
superior.
100%. Out of the two that you, for sure.
They're just superior. You know, Cartier are about style and fashion, and JLC are about that and horology. So I mean,
one makes
you literally
watches.
couldn't have gotten a better watch.
Yeah.
Literally,
The other makes perfume. Come on.
it's crazy. Yeah, the other also makes other stuff.
They make a lot of other stuff. This is
Right.
all that they do, and it's just wow! What a knockout! Knockout!
Eric,
Legends.
man.
Amazing.
Classy motherfucker to the end. Are we even going to talk about our subject tonight, or
Yes,
do we
let's move
care
on.
anymore? I don't know if we care.
Let's talk about icky things.
So-
And we
Great,
started out
let's
with
go.
Michaela de Chatillon.
No,
What
but what I'm
makes you
going to
go
do,
ick?
I need to explain to the audience what the ick is, because if you're under
Oh, good
30, you know
point.
what the ick is, but you know, a lot of our crowd are not. The ick is when you're turned off by something, but it's in a fun, interesting way, because you could be really into someone you like, that you think they're very attractive, and then they do this one little strange thing and it turns you off. But it's not simple stuff like, oh, he doesn't call me back, or he's not emotionally available, or she's not emotionally available. It's little things like, oh, I hate a man who holds an umbrella in the rain. It
So
turns me off.
stupid.
or little silly
He doesn't put the
things.
cap back on the toothpaste.
Yeah, just a
Or
small.
one of the big ones is when a man that chases after a ping pong ball or something.
Oh
Like
yes, I
that
saw
stupid
that
stuff
one.
like that.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Like you're playing ping pong. Who plays ping pong? Like what the heck? So specific.
China.
In China, and he's running after the ball, and it's like a little ball bouncing away, and he can't get it. And he's like trying to get
He's
it. And it's
bending
just
over all over the place trying to get this thing that's bouncing around, and it just turns the girl off. The ick is when your partner does not gift you a Reverso during your YouTube live.
Eric's
Brilliant.
never given me the ick before. Never. So I'm excited to talk about what does give me the ick. As a
Well,
female.
let me just look at a couple of interesting ones just to kind of set the stage for this. I hope you guys can hear.
Look at my video of some things that guys do that give me the ick. I hate the word ick and I wanted to use the word turn off, but nobody knows what turn off means anymore. I also believe that none of these have been done before. Number one, when a guy takes their shoes off and they're placed weirdly on the ground, because then I imagine standing like that. Exhibit A. Because then it's like, no. Number two, the greatest ick of all time. Seeing a guy's shadow box. Oh my god. And the sound they make when they punch, like the when he gets bubble tea or boba, as the Americans call it, without toppings. Like, just make tea at home then, it's not that hard. Lastly, but not leastly, using the word ick or asking what my icks are on the first date. Like, you're really going to take a girl on a first date and then ask her to list all of her icks? Like, imagine this.
Okay, so
Is
there's.
she an Aussie?
She sounds Aussie, and we were just talking.
That gives
about
me the ick.
You don't like Archie Luxury then with that Brisbane accent?
I don't know who that
Does
is.
Archie Luxury not turn you on, Michaela?
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who you're talking about.
No, but really, is there no Aussie accents? What about like when Chris Helmsworth speaks and he's all like that, and he's like, "Well, we were out in the outback yesterday hunting." No.
Okay, there are better forms of it. Look, they're not the same when everyone speaks, but the young people in their like 20s that are doing it's like a Valley Girl accent mixed with the
Yeah.
Aussie accent. Can't. It sounds illiterate to me. That gives me the ick.
That
I'm
gives
sorry.
you. It sounds
It does.
illiterate.
It does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But to be
Well-
fair, my number one example, the first time I heard it and it really just triggered me, I was like, oh no, was I was just mentioning. I stumbled upon a show called Love Island, which is some stupid dating reality show. Of course, it's all scripted and whatever. And it was Love Island Australia. It's a bunch of young 20s
Island.
people with spray tans, lip injections, and whatnot. It's just like supposed to be the hottest people on an island falling in love, whatever it is. And listening
Falling
to
in
them
love.
talk to falling in love. Listening to them talk to each other, I was like, oh no, this is really painful. And it
Yeah.
actually does give me an ick. It's very steep.
Step over there and unbutton your blouse.
Even that
It's
sounds better
sexy.
than how they're
It's
talking.
sexy.
Sexy.
To do something sexy.
Yeah.
Say, unbutton your blouse. Sexy.
I don't know. It just sounds like lazy. I don't know.
Apologies, Aussie.
Because
The
they're speaking
Aussie.
because they're speaking the same language that I am. And so I'm listening to it and people make fun of like Americans not speaking English properly all the time from different
Right.
states. And yet I listen to them and I'm like, this is just so much worse. So why aren't they being made fun of? Someone needs to. I volunteer. I do.
It depends also regionally. Where
I'm
they're from.
racist against Australians. I'm sorry I said it. I said it. No, I'm joking.
Well, the New Zealand accent is very, very similar, but a little softer.
Mhm.
And it's a little sweet. I dated a girl from there years ago. She was a wedding planner. I'm a wedding planner.
Yeah.
A wedding planner, right? And
I was really trying to figure out what you're
yeah,
saying.
right.
I was like, what?
Wedding. But you know, it can get squeaky and pointy, and you know, Archie is one of those.
They get very like that, and it's just
the
like
words
"Oh,
get dragged out
weird."
the back. Words they
It's
get
like a-
dragged.
Yeah, and also there's the Aussie no. You hear a lot of when girls say like no,
No.
That's what I don't like. I don't like the
No,
end of a word trailing off
there's
like
like a
that.
ton of vowels in that.
Yeah.
Like
know?
adding.
Kiwi accents, yes.
That's the like New
That's New
Zealand accent is
Zealanders,
a
and
Kiwi,
like I
yeah.
really need to be more educated on the difference, because I know that when I hear Russell Crowe speak, it sounds different from say Jermaine Clement. You know, like
Russell Crowe is British.
He's a New Zealander. Russell
Crowe
Crowe is
not.
from New Zealand. I'll bet you a Reverso.
Oh, he's from. Oh, yes, right. Sorry.
He didn't agree to that bet.
No, because I was thinking Russell
He
Brand.
gave me a Rolex.
I don't know why Russell
Oh,
Brand.
Russell
came to
Brand.
mind.
Oh, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand gives me the ick.
Oh
He's
my
a great
God, Russell
example.
Brand is the ultimate
He
ick.
gives me the ick
Oh,
so bad. I
he's-
saw him baptizing
oh,
someone in tidy whities today.
oh,
Ick,
oh.
total.
Oh, he's the ickiest thing, physically, emotionally, intellectually. He's just ick. I never know his point. I can never tell where he's getting at. Is he with us or against us? I can never tell with that guy. Creep. Ugh,
Yeah, he
God,
gives me
has
the ick.
that
And his face
funny
gives me the ick.
hair.
He's a very
he's
punchable
so
face.
ick. Do we have-
Mhm.
wait a second. Let me
What
get
it
this.
is
Also
this,
gone
like-
completely batshit crazy in the past
Well,
couple of
he's
years.
he did a
crazy,
huge
man.
pivot to like spirituality and then now religion. But the
Yeah.
thing is, I feel like often when extremely big celebrities, well, that's debatable with him, they go from being like lawless and whatever, and the bad boy, they pivot to like such spirituality and religion. It's like, oh, he did something really bad, didn't he? He did
Yeah.
something really, really bad, and he's afraid it's going to come out perhaps. So he's pivoting, so it's so distracting. And maybe he's even trying to save his own soul, but the thing is, he to me reads I don't listen to him. I don't listen to his politic talks. I don't listen to anything like that because I don't care about celebrities' opinions. I just really do not. They do not live in the same reality as normal people. I don't care about their opinions. I really don't. Am I in pain to listen to them all the time? No, I don't care. I'm not offended that they give their opinions. I just am not a follower of that. But when I have seen him speak, it just to me seems like he's so full of himself to the point where he believes now like he's like the second coming of Christ or something, and he's
Russell
baptizing.
Brand.
Yeah, he's baptizing people in his tidy whities at 2 days
Yeah,
after becoming a Christian. It's like, just get out of here. Get out of
He's
here. Why does it all
weird.
have to be on camera? If it's real and legitimate, why does it all have to be?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Well,
That's my name. Today I'm
he has a
going
nice,
undercover.
nice
He's actually so
gold
handsome.
Patek, by the way.
He's got watches.
Oh, he's got insane watches.
Let's check X. Good day, Russell Crowe. Back in the days when you worked on stage, you did Grease. What character did you play? In the theatre.
So yeah, in the theater,
Yeah.
he's down
Yeah.
there. It's quite deep, isn't it? So
Yeah.
no, what are the nice accents? Like what about an Irish accent? I mean, mine is a bit diluted these
Some are
days because
good.
of all the years in New York diluted it. But
Hearing
you know,
Irish accents can sound really beautiful and sometimes a little crazy.
Yeah.
Hearing little kids speak in them is so cute.
Kark.
It's so adorable. Yeah, that's so cute.
Oh, it's cute when you see any little kid with an accent. It's just adorable.
Did you ever see a little kid speaking Italian? There's
Yeah.
nothing cuter on
They're
earth.
It's adorable.
It's like little 5-year-olds.
they're
They're just like,
adorable.
they're like, call me fine. They're doing all of that. So fun.
Yeah, I've seen some videos.
But what about then British accents like London?
I like a good British accent.
You like it, yeah?
Especially
I'm
not
not-
a Cockney accent or one of those, but
Yeah,
like a pronounced what is that called?
kind of
There's-
polished.
There's a PF, right? What is it called? There's I'll get it. The
Mm.
one that's perceived. What is the name of that accent? You guys will know in
Do
the
you
one
like
that's the British family, the royal family.
Yeah, do you like the more posh, like the Douglas Murray kind of grand British accents, this kind of thing?
Well, that's a bit no.
That's a
'Cause
bit
that's a
much.
bit,
Relax.
that's a bit.
Rein it in a little, giving Dirk.
Yeah, it's a bit much. You don't want the Lord Mountbatten accent.
You know what? It's not just
No.
about the
Posh
accent
twat.
in that case. It's the way that people learn to speak and how they use their voice in order to be powerful or whatnot. So it's not just an accent thing because people in the same area would have the same accent, but you talk differently because it's kind of like an on-camera voice.
Mhm.
I can change my voice a little too to sound more posh. I'm actually, for some reason, asked almost daily, and you can ask anyone that's around me daily, that I've been asked, oh, where's your accent from? Where's your accent? Now, listening to me speak now, I know you two don't think I have an accent. I don't think I sound like I have an accent, but it's probably when I'm in my professional setting, I'm speaking properly, clearly, concisely, and I don't know. I think that sounds unfamiliar to the general Pacific Northwester
Right.
Westerner accent. So I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's just the way that they speak as well. That's combined with the accent, like the cadence. I don't know.
She does.
Yeah, Bala, you're right. Lydia has a lovely accent. It's more Irish than mine because all the English that she learned was in Dublin, so she has a flatter Dublin tone
Yeah,
when
she
she
does.
speaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does have a pretty
She
voice. Yeah,
does.
I've seen her on
Yeah.
the live stream, and I
It's
was
funny.
like, wow, I could listen to her talk all day.
When she speaks English, she's Irish. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, received pronunciation. That's RP. That's the most prestigious. The ones that are British, and they're going to Penhaligon's to sample fragrance, and it's really right up front,
Right.
little masky and gorgeous. Hugh Grant, perfect received pronunciation.
Yes.
It's posher. I think posh is slightly different. Like Elizabeth Hurley, that seems a little bit more royal family.
Yeah,
she's
she's
got a little
very-
bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of stuffy
Yes,
and all of
stuffy.
that. Yeah.
Stuffy, good give it.
It's stuffy.
Okay, let me ask you questions then on the ick. Let me ask you something. Apparently, when guys are, and so the audience knows, we have three very different individuals on the screen. You have a straight male, we have a not straight male, and the females. They probably have more in common, the two of them, than I do with either of
See,
you.
that's where the
When it
straight
comes to
guy
this.
gets it totally wrong.
Dirk is very
fucking
masculine.
baseball. You're like, what's that? I like
Right.
sport, and you don't.
I know, but let's see if you
The only
care
thing
about
you
the
like
ick.
is vagina.
Maybe our taste in men is similar, Dirk and I, but he's very
Definitely true,
masculine, and I'm
definitely
very
true.
feminine.
Sheen and I, our taste in men is completely different.
Oh yeah. So apparently it's cool when a guy doesn't have much of a social media presence. Like if you meet a guy and you like him and you have a date or whatever, and you go home and you check him out, you stalk him, you want to see what the hell what he does for a living, and if he has brothers and sisters and so on. If he has a shitload of Instagram of him standing on a mountain and him with all his friends and him snowboarding and tons of presents, it kind of kills the mystery, and he seems like a bit of a girl. Whereas if he's kind of a little bit quiet and mysterious and doesn't he has an old Facebook account with like 2 pictures on it, but nothing. He's not on there every day. He's not doing social media. Does that give you the ick when you find a dude who does a lot of social media? Like not a
I can
guy who's
answer my
his
opinion.
job. Like that's my job at this point to be doing that. But some
That's
guys are
an important
literally they're
point.
posting their shit and
See, that's
they're
an
taking
important
photos
point.
of their brunch just like girls do.
See, that's an important distinction. Okay.
Mhm.
So when it comes across as the ick is when this is a very like self-absorbed looking guy. Yes, when women have our social media accounts, even if like for example, I actually have a YouTube channel. I use my Instagram to try to kind of link and connect, even though my Instagram mainly my presence is like myself in outfits and whatnot. But when a guy's Instagram is just for those kind of feminine, like self-absorbed reasons, it is kind of a turnoff. If he has a legitimate like something he does, like he actually runs a YouTube channel, he actually has some sort of thing that he's doing online, like something he's using it for, that's
Yeah, he has
totally
a
different.
store or
Like
a
any of
product.
the watch YouTubers, I'm just gonna throw out Teddy Belders or whatever. For him to have an Instagram is not an ick. For you, Oisin, to have an Instagram, even if you're posting photos of yourself, doesn't matter. It's not an ick. It's an ick when they are an aspiring IG model kind of guy. That's an ick. Gross. Sorry, that's just my opinion.
Look at my beauty. Look at my muscles. Look at my gym routine.
That's so feminine.
Guys doing
that's
this in the gym,
so feminine.
and they're like,
I don't like that.
That crap when you see them
But
in the mirror.
even if your social media account as a man is specifically like you're legitimately a bodybuilder or a fitness person, and your account is helping connect to like a coaching or something, like to me, that's not an ick because that's what you're doing. That's your job. That's part of promoting yourself. I think when there's a purpose behind it to promote a legitimate, whether it's like YouTube channel or a job or a business, it doesn't give me the ick as much. I think it's just when they're very girly about it, because I do think it's kind of girly.
And you're very good.
John Doe says it's the same for women. If I come across a woman that's all over social media, excluding a person,
That's every one of them almost.
Well, I would
90%.
say for one, women do a lot more of it than men, right? They take a lot more photos of their brunch. So in general, you have to expect a certain amount. But I would say if she's literally all over it, unless it's her job, once again, if it's just a constant stream of shit, it's a bit of a turn off for me. Yeah, because I just think, oh my god, she looks like a pain in the ass. You know what I mean?
She's self-absorbed.
She's looking for that kind of gratification as well. You wind up dating her, but there's 600 guys that keep telling her they want to be with her every day. So she has this kind of external gratification. Here's another one. Men who love their mom and talk to their mom a lot and talk about their mom.
I don't see how that could possibly.
No, that is worded completely wrong. The issue is when a guy's mother is obsessed with him, not when he loves his mom. There are weird women, and I'll see them because of social media. I'll see videos that go really viral or popular, and these women are dead serious. They make little reels with sad music. Like, just imagining the day my son replaces me with another woman, and I was his first
Rex weirdness.
And I was his first love, and it's like very weird. And there's a lot of, and so many people are like, are you serious right now? They are. It's very weird. These kind of mothers that are like in love with their sons. And, of course the son, he's used to it. But if you're dating a guy with a mom like that and they have that kind of dynamic, it is a problem. It's a problem because she low-key hates you because you are kissing her baby boy when she should be. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's very creepy. It's very weird. I've seen it in real life too. I am not joking. But I think having a good relationship with your mom is not an ick unless she's like obsessed.
No, I don't mean a good relationship. I mean more than that. I mean, he's on the phone with his mom all the time.
Yes, mommy. Mommy. Yes.
Yeah, you just get
mommy.
finished in the bedroom together, and then his phone rings, and he goes,
"That's gross.
Hi, mom. How's it going?"
I got. Hold on a second. I got to take this.
Oh gosh, no, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Anytime
Stay right where you are.
One thing that you're supposed to do as an adult, you're supposed to. Well, even in biblical texts, I know no one cares, but I'm just saying, you leave your childhood home and you cling to your new family, your new partner. You kind of leave that behind. It doesn't mean you don't care about them.
Yeah, you got to cut the umbilical a little bit. Yeah,
you do. Your new priority, your new obsession should be your own family that you're creating.
Right.
It is kind of a very childish thing, I think, when it's too much. It's very different. Let's just give some examples. If the mom's very sick and she doesn't have much time left, that sort of thing, of course. And if a partner were not to be understanding, of somebody who has to pay attention to a sick parent, they're an evil piece of garbage, to be honest, like selfish. But in normal terms, yes, I think too much is icky. It's true. It's pretty weird.
Man,
just too much.
That's a very specialized relationship.
Yeah, chill a little.
Super
relax.
Creepy.
What about guys who are just mega into fitness, like obsessed with fitness, constantly in the gym?
It's not for me. It's not for me.
What about you, Dirk?
Not into that.
Just a guy who's just constantly in the gym.
Too much muscle, too much.
Lots of photos of him posing in the mirror like this on his Instagram.
You know how it is. We've all gone to gyms. You used to, when you were a kid, you were a
bodybuilder.
You were a gym rat.
Yeah.
There's always that douchey guy that's in the mirror doing the "what's up," and they're checking their biceps and talking about body fat and their routine. It's such a creepy self-absorption syndrome. It's narcissism. Narcissism is one of the most unattractive traits a person can have. It's so unattractive. And when you see somebody like that, but like I was thinking before when you were talking about the girl and you're dating a girl and she's on Instagram and stuff, I have actually seen a girl go in and read, a guy's going to hug his girlfriend. they go in and she's got the phone in her hand, and I see her do this and take a picture of the hug they just had. That is it's such an intrusion of intimacy, and it's such an intrusion of the reality of your feelings for one another. She wants to document that. It's supposed to be between you two. That's really
Don't even get me started. I'm not going to go on a rant about this. I'm just going to say,
please do.
People whose entire social media brand is filming and vlogging their kids growing up. One of the reasons that's so sick. I'm not saying some people say don't post your kids online whatsoever, and I understand that. I don't think it's problematic if you want to post a picture with your family. No, I think it's when it gets to the point of using your child to monetize your child. And think about all of these private moments this little kid has, crying, all these, like, oh, he was throwing a tantrum, like embarrassing moments, and they put it online and they have no control or say over it. And one day they'll see all of that there. They had no choice. I don't like that. That gives me the ick. But the bodybuilding thing, specifically, one of my reasons it gives me the ick is because in order to be that shredded, you have to have so much self-discipline. And self-discipline in general, it's a good trait. But when it becomes an obsession, I think that people ignore that controlling every single meal you eat by weighing it by grams. I'm only allowed to have
does he ever have fun? Does he ever let loose?
Chicken. I'm only allowed to have 8 grams of plain chicken and then this many grams of broccoli. And like, oh, today my special treat was 1 almond, especially prepping for like bodybuilding competitions and stuff. But it's unhealthy. It's very, I don't like that. This is why I don't like 6-pack abs on men, because I know that the ingredients to make that happen is such a severe, he won't eat all the delicious meals I cook. He won't enjoy them because guess what? They're full of calories and fat and delicious stuff. And like, he won't enjoy it. And to me, that's pain in the ass. Really.
Yeah, I've dated a lot of girls. It's okay. I've dated a lot of girls with the obsession or the fear, the sickness in their head of gaining even a pound. So, and then you go, well, the worst, they always have a salad, and you're having a cheeseburger or whatever. But the worst is then you go on holiday and they just can't enjoy themselves.
Fuck that.
Like you go away for a weekend or for a week or something, and you're like, let's go to this place and let's try this, and here they eat this, and she's like, I can't eat that, I'll put on weight. It just kills the whole holiday. I'd rather her put on a few pounds,
sure,
and just enjoy herself. But is it also like intimidating if a woman, like if the dude is like sculpted, like mega perfect, obsessed with the gym? Do women think to themselves, shit, what am I going to look like naked in front of this guy? He looks like he's carved out of fucking stone. No?
I don't think women think that. I think a woman will feel insecure about her body, perhaps, regardless of how the guy looks. Regardless of how the guy looks. It's more about how the guy acts and how he talks. But I guess that is a possibility. I don't know. It just seems like a pain. It just really seems like a stress and a headache.
Happiness dissolves the fats.
Well, it's like, I feel like, with bodybuilding, that kind of stuff, or like being obsessed with the gym, I think what it is a lot of like these men found something that they're good at. They are good because it does take a lot of discipline and work to look that way. But it also makes me think, like, wonder, are you good at other things? Are you intelligent about other things? So I don't know. I don't want to be offensive if anyone's like,
and how small is that penis?
I don't know anything.
They must be
about
making
that.
up or trying to make up for something. Here's one I heard only recently. I spoke to Dirk about it. We were chatting on the phone, and he was like, absolutely not an ick. There was these 2 girls on some podcast. I was looking for the clip earlier. I can't fucking find this. A sea of clips. But they were saying that one of their biggest icks is when a guy gets drunk. And I'm looking at it going, oh shit, and they're just like, it's okay to have a drink, but when you see a guy, even a guy that you're crazy about, and then you see him drunk, it's a mega ick.
Well, can we talk about what drunk means, though? Is it like he's tipsy, or is he passing out in the barroom floor? There's a difference,
I
That's
don't
not
know about.
attractive, obviously,
I
but
think what they mean is proper drunk. I mean, tipsy is not drunk. Tipsy is before drunk.
right.
Well, passing out on the floor and peeing on yourself on the street is a super
Does
plastered.
that need to be said? Oh, a man
I mean-
passing out on the street and urinating on himself gives me the ick. No kidding.
Gives you the
Anybody
ick.
doing
No.
that is gross. What are you talking about?
No,
Why
what
does
they
that need to
meant,
be
what they meant
said?
is a guy getting drunk. Is that it's a girls get drunk at the bar and they get silly and they get sloppy, but the guy has to remain
Sometimes.
somewhat sober and bring her home, right?
Mm.
But then we were talking about the perfect couple, this show with Liev Schreiber,
yeah.
and he's a big hunk of a dude, and he's drunk in a lot of scenes.
Man, is he in shape here? Boy, Christ.
He's a big ox.
He's
this
a
fella.
lug. Yeah, he's a lug.
Yeah. And I'm looking for a clip, and
He's always drinking and getting high.
He's always getting high, and in some of the scenes, he's really hammered.
Yeah.
And you were saying, Dirk, that's like you'd be like,
I'd
hey,
be all right with it.
yeah, you'd be like, take another drink.
Yeah, but I'm a guy. It's different,
Yeah,
It's different. It's different for the girls, because there's chivalry and all those things involved, and I don't care about any of that. But I think if a guy's out on a date, say you're meeting a girl on the first date, don't get hammered in front of her. Get tipsy, because
Yeah,
tipsy is
that's-
always cute.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're tipsy together. It's flirty. Your inhibitions go down because everyone's afraid to flirt nowadays because it's sexual harassment and it's all kinds of crazy stuff. What's too far? What's not too far? Can you lean in and kiss somebody anymore? I don't even know if you're allowed to do that. I come from a day where, it was completely fine to just make a pass. Now you make a pass. Does anybody even know what that term means anymore? He made a pass at me, meaning he tried to kiss you. Like now, guys, can you believe I went on a date with Ron and he tried to kiss me? That's ick.
Even more
Well-
incredible is the amount of women, young women, that take to social media to complain about how men don't romance women anymore. They don't try, but it's like, you went a little
scared.
too far with the complaining. You
Yeah.
nagged a little too much.
Hey, you bring up a
collectively.
good point, because I was looking it up earlier about the icks, just looking for good examples, and there was a ton of people, including what's her name, Cooper, little right-wing
Call her
commentary,
daddy.
whatever
Alice
her
Cooper?
name.
Oh, Brett Cooper. Because
Brett
call her
Cooper.
dad. She's like far left, but Brett Cooper is far right.
Brett
Got it.
Cooper is far right, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, she was talking about how this ick thing is killing dating, is killing relationships, that women are going a little bit too far with the ick, and they're
Oh,
finding
yes.
hundreds of reasons to have the ick.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
there are girls I found who are saying things like, what gives me the ick is when a guy's too nice. When a guy's really nice
Yeah.
to me and they're very complimentary and they're really nice, it kind of gives me the ick. I want them to be a bad boy and a bit of an
the
asshole.
bad boy's a thing.
But then
Also,
the second that
smiling,
they act
men
like
who
that-
smile a lot. That's another
The
one I
second
heard.
that these guys will act like that or be a little mean to them, then
Uh-huh.
they are being harassed. So it's like they can't win. You just
I
have
know.
to meet a woman that's not crazy. I'm sorry, because it's a bit of a crazy thing in your mind where it's like
Yeah.
everything you want contradicts itself because you have no idea what you really want. The truth is they all want a masculine man, okay? But they don't like what that entails because a masculine man will say no sometimes and he will put his foot down and he will sometimes say you need to stop, and guess what, they don't like that because then they feel oppressed. They feel like it's the patriarchy. Well, you want this dynamic biologically, but then you're upset with what it entails. Of course you have to find a good man that's uses his power, because men are strong. This is just how it is biologically compared to women. Uses his power properly and he's wise and whatnot, but still they just don't know what they want, so they say everything's the ick. But the truth is, I think when you're out on a date with somebody who you're already just not having that chemistry with, everything they do could give you the ick and cringe you out because you're not actually attracted to them.
Right,
It's not just
yeah.
about looks. It's like, is that connection there? Is it happening? Because when that connection's there and when that exists, it's very hard to feel like someone can give you the ick. For example, speaking of working out, guys, Eric will work out for like 20 minutes. His workouts are really short, intense, and that's just how he does it. And it works. It works very well. And then he'll have a 45-minute buffet, right? And then a 2-hour nap. And you know what? That doesn't give me the ick at all because it works for him. But some people might feel differently. I don't know. It's just when you're attracted to somebody, they're not really gonna give you the ick.
Yeah.
But people they go crazy. I mean, I think that a lot of these videos, women are just trying to be funny, truly, and it's kind of like sarcastic, but it is kind of starting to make men be like, what can I do? Right.
I'm so glad I'm not part of that world. Because it
Yeah,
just
I'm
seems
so glad
like
I'm
there's
not
a
in the
brick
dating
wall
world.
now.
I
It's
can't.
a brick
I'm
wall.
so glad.
We used to, years ago when Mad Men was on, when we first were introduced to John Hamm, the one thing that we all agreed on and everyone agreed on was John Hamm should never smile because he looks like a serial killer.
I'm delighted that I'm actually looking up photos of him smiling right now.
It's
great
so
minds, man.
creepy. Remember when
exactly
we all
right.
talked about that? We were like, the second he smiled, you'd be like, you'd run out of the room and go, he's good looking, but I'm out of here. It's so incredibly serial killer creepy. And I think it became a thing later on, but yeah,
Yeah.
just John Hamm smiling, it just doesn't work. Like you want him stoic and manly and handsome. You do the second he does the creepy.
Like you want Don Draper, you don't want John Hamm.
Yeah, because he does this kind of. Yeah, it's just no.
It disappears.
He just looks very
those
different when he
good
smiles. I
looks
think
just
that's what it is.
disappear. Yeah.
He does transform. I don't think his smile's bad, but I can understand if it just looks so drastically different than his straight face. Someone in the chat said they're gonna take a shot every time Dirk brings up John Hamm. You're gonna be plastered.
It's true.
I like that John Hamm has kind of let himself go and has a little bit of a dad bod now. I think that's fine.
It's attractive. It's attractive to a certain extent. Not being too fit. One of the reasons is like I was talking about with the bodybuilding and the working out, knowing that a man can just relax and eat what he wants. That's masculine. I don't know, just being so like, I'm weighing my almonds. That's like eating disorder, which that's I'm not saying eating disorders are feminine. They affect men too. They do ultimately affect women though. That's just the truth. So it's like a disguised eating disorder.
What about a noisy eater or a guy with his mouth open?
Big time.
Use your manners.
So the most gorgeous guy on earth, and you're on a date, and he's eating with his mouth open, and you can hear all sorts of chewing noises.
Do not care. Gone, done.
Yeah, done. Out.
I don't like sound. I'm weird about repetitive noises anyway. I'm like, and repeating myself is a pet peeve to me because that's how much I hate repetitive sounds. Smacking and chewing, it's just bad. I understand a little bit comes along with it, but there's some people are just it just feels like you're so unself-aware that you don't realize how disgusting you sound, and you could tone it down, but you don't because you're an animal. You're an animal, and that's gross.
Yeah, it's
not into bestiality. Okay, close your mouth.
People who have the saliva noises when they speak, that's really
stop. That's like what I hate about microphones.
Some of them, some are worse than others.
I don't know how people like ASMR, like people
I don't know
eating up on the camera and chewing. Oh my gosh, I think it's a weird fetish.
It's horrible. That's an absolute super duper ick.
I don't like when people sip on drinks. Yeah, when people sip on hot drinks, they make all these noises. Like, you do not have to do that. Stop it right now. You don't have to. There are ways around that. You don't have to. It's like you really like that noise or something, and so you're doing it, and you're killing me. You're killing me. It's gross.
Earlier, I saw something that I find is very interesting, and we could talk about body modification because that's a very big thing in today's world. Rod Panhard said, "My pet hate is a good-looking woman plastered in tattoos, which is just about all of them nowadays," which is true. The biggest country in the world, does anybody know? We looked this up because Paul and I think everybody's all tatted out now. Do you know the number one country in the world where people have tattoos?
Probably here.
It's Italy, 100%.
The
United States is number 2.
The girls love their tattoos here. The girls and the guys. For some reason, it's like a thing you have to get.
Yeah.
And I'm not into tattoos especially on a girl.
So I am always surprised when I see it. Yeah. I am always surprised when I see like a YouTuber that I like, and suddenly she's wearing short sleeves, and she's like such a sweetheart kind of personality, and she's talking about film or whatever, and then she's like
she's got a sleeve. Yeah.
I'm like, what? And look, I don't care what you do with your body, but it is shocking that everyone is covered in tattoos now. Everybody.
very
Even
high
like
percentage
sweet
of them.
little lamb ladies. I'm like, oh goodness, I didn't know.
Yeah,
A
I didn't
lot
know
of the
you had a
sweet
Harley.
There's a lot of sweet little labs in Italy who go for them. It's I don't know. It's one of those things. I'll always, if somebody asks me, somebody female asks me, what tattoo should I get? I always say no tattoo. That's the best tattoo you can get.
Sure.
But a guy can fucking do whatever he wants. As long as he stays in good shape. Here's one. Me in the bathroom on a date trying to convince myself I can't get the ick just because he got pasta sauce on the side of his mouth.
Ooh.
See, it's kind of, I think these people are just being funny. I think
Yeah.
there's no way they mean that. I try to be polite when people are eating
Oh,
and not look at their
ick.
mouth.
I just got the ick just now.
Okay, yeah, from Ben Shapiro.
Ben
But
Shapiro.
he's going through them. I know. Dirk sees an image and it's like
That guy, he's
Wookie sees
Satan on earth.
yeah, we hate him. But this is just an interesting video because he's pulling up a
Yeah,
ton
go
of
ahead.
these. He told his friends about me. Why is that an ick? It was too nice to me. This is a thing. This is a thing a lot of women have is they don't like the nice. Here's another one. Here's another one I've heard that while he was with his wife and had his family, he was sexy and I was his mistress. But then he left her and now he's no longer sexy.
Sexy is the married man. It's sexy.
The married man.
Yeah,
is single an ick?
technically it has throughout the
Is
course
single
history,
an ick? When you
it
meet
has
an
always been like,
attractive guy.
what's wrong with him? Why is he single?
Right.
Hmm.
Michaela,
Why is she single? Because she's crazy.
Right.
I think
if she's hot and
right.
she's
Mhm.
single,
She's
she's
crazy.
crazy. If she's
Depending
over
on her
25,
age. Yeah,
if
depending
she's
on her
over
age.
25 and if she's 35 and she's good looking, sexy girl, and she's single, she's completely nuts.
Yeah, like okay,
And she's
example.
driven men
Jennifer
away.
Lopez.
Right.
Jennifer Lopez, to me, I don't think she's hot stuff, but I don't care. For her age, she's like 50 or something. She is known to be one of the hot women in their 50s. Oh, great. Celebrities have access to procedures. Cool. We all know that. She said her face looks young. It doesn't, but she says it looks young because of olive oil, not because of fillers
Because
or
of
anything.
Botox and fillers
Olive,
and
I just
everything
use
else that's
olive
around
oil. Anyway,
Right.
she's a good example. She's a good example because she's in her 50s and she's gone through her fourth or fifth divorce. The common denominator is you. You are crazy. And I think a lot of women that are older and they're hot or good looking, you don't even have to be hot, but good looking, accomplished, and they cannot get into a serious relationship, but they want one. If they don't want one, then they're doing nothing wrong, right? But if they do really want one and they're like, what's wrong? It's you. You're crazy.
Mhm.
You need to
Mhm.
self-reflect.
But is
And
it-
going
but
to
is
a
it an
therapist
ick?
isn't going to help.
I mean,
It is an
you're
ick,
pulling it
yeah.
apart really heavily. That's cool
Mhm.
information, but all I want to know is way simpler. Is it an ick? Is it like if you see some attractive guy at a Christmas party or something, and you're like, "Oh, who's that guy?" And then you can talking to him, and maybe you're not even interested, but you're just and he just has single written all over him, and he leaves the party by himself or whatever. Is
No.
that a turn off? Is it
No.
sexier? Is it more attractive if some beautiful woman walks in and kisses him and goes, "Hey, baby, I'm sorry I'm late," or whatever, and then you're like, "Oh, he's taken. Now he's
Well,
even more attractive."
Look, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful
yes.
sight.
Yes.
It's a beautiful sight to see. It is because then you see, okay, well, this person has it
Yeah.
all, right? And that is attractive, but it's
Very.
not attractive in the way of like, oh, I want that. But
I'm
a lot
gonna
of
bang-
women do
I'm
think
gonna
that
bang
way.
your husband, sweetheart.
Yeah,
You
but
watch.
it is attractive. Like
Yeah.
when you see somebody that's accomplished like that, that's attractive. Like you have it all. That's sexy. But I would
Right.
say not to the extent of I'm gonna go talk to you. But I know there's a lot of women that would. So, but I don't think it gives me the ick if a guy is single. I think it's an ick if he complains about it and he goes online. He's like, "All women suck."
Oh well,
It's modern
sure.
women. Guess what? Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot of normal people mixed in with
Sure.
lunatics. If you can't find them, get off the dating
What
apps.
about-
It doesn't work. And
What
meet
about
people
what's
in
on
real
the
life.
screen? Oh yeah, being on a dating app. There, let's do that
Gross
one.
ick. Sorry.
Gross ick.
Look, I know that people are lonely and they don't have a lot of outlets to meet people in real life. So I'm not judging truly, but I do
Uh-huh.
think it's kind of icky because I just don't think it works. And it's kind of like a personal ad of yourself.
It's so bad.
I know that's mean, but that's how I feel.
I've never done it, but I don't want to judge other people because I've seen other people have a lot of success with it, but I just could never bring myself. Dave Jack's most attractive trait for a man in a bar: a wedding ring.
1,000,000% true.
Why, Dirk? Why?
I've been a bartender for 1,000 years, and let me tell you something. An attractive man with a wedding ring gets hit on more than any other guy at the bar.
So
He's handsome. He's probably well dressed because she probably helped him with that.
Mhm.
And he's successful. He's in a state. He's stable. Somebody's putting up with him.
Is there something about his aura too, that the fact that he's married, he's not looking
Not
around
looking.
trying to get eye contact with girls. He doesn't have that kind of like, oh, very happy if someone talks to him kind of thing.
Yep.
Where is there a little bit of extra confidence that he has
Definitely.
because he's got a ring? Yeah.
That's definitely true. I just think you should still not pursue that unless you're a trash person. But I can recognize that is attractive for sure. But I don't think being single at a bar is an ick unless you are one of those guys standing in the corner, scanning,
Smiling like creepy.
They scan
John Hamm.
scan for women, and then they look and then they lock eyes. It's like, hey, please don't have sex with me with your eye contact when we haven't even spoken yet. That's very uncomfortable.
I won't
That's
go
not-
out. I actually won't socialize with certain guys, certain good friends in my life, because I know it's going to be a pain in my. He's not going to hang out with me. Hey, you want to go for beers? Sure. And at the whole time at the bar, he won't even be looking at me or talking to me. He'll be just staring around going, she's hot, oh look at her, she's hot. I'm like, are we fucking hanging out, or do you just need a
desperation is
wingman so
gross.
you can be at a bar and stare at girls?
That's a super ick. That's a friendship ick.
That's a horrible friendship ick. I've been left high and dry at a
That's the
bar
worst.
a couple of times.
Never do that.
Because she hits on him and then he fucking leaves me high and dry by myself. I'm like, you're not a mate, you're just using me to
Women
go
do
out
that
and-
to each other too. They do.
Yeah.
And they hate that.
Girls
Women
do
hate
it
that
every day.
too.
I've seen that many times. I've seen girls give them some stuff to put in their bag because they're leaving with that bloke they just met.
I have literally yelled.
Wow.
I have literally yelled in the face of a female friend I won't mention, because I was never like going out to bars and whatnot, but we're like going to restaurants and lounges in the restaurants, getting some drinks, whatever, and we're out, and then suddenly she runs into a guy, and it was a guy that she had talked to on a dating app or something. Now, mind you, this was many years ago. I'm married now, right? But she like had been talking to him, didn't tell me, but her whole plan was to run into him the whole night.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him. She's like, gonna leave with him. I yell in her face, you're not gonna leave me stranded in Seattle. It's not happening. Like, I yelled at her because it's disgusting, but women do that. They do. They
Fucking
really
men
do.
do.
But I
Men
hate it,
do
and I
too.
instantly
Men don't
hate
do
you
it
if
like
you do
that though.
No.
I used to have this
instantly
joke, and it's
hate if you
crude.
do
It's
that.
very crude. Girls they have a plan when they go out with other girls. There's a lot of premeditated stuff going on. Guys, when they go out to the bars, for the most part, are, and I've used to say this at the bar, and it always made people laugh, but it's actually kind of creepy now. And it was, what things I need to do tonight: milk, juice, bread, cat food, dog food, blowjob. Guys don't really give a shit. They just want to go have a good time. If shit happens, great. If not, I'll just go pick up the cat food, the dog food, or whatever. Guys are still cavemen at heart. There's not a whole lot. Girls have so many. I've watched so many conversations between women about what this guy said. Well, he's looking at me. I came here tonight for this, that, or the other. And all the guys are like, so what's going on? You watching the Mets this year? And like, if no girl hits on them, every once in a while, a girl will come up and they'll have a chat, and they're very nonplussed by it. But these are mostly older men. I don't know what the young kids are doing nowadays. I think culture has shifted dramatically.
All I've ever seen my whole life was bars full of girls out together who couldn't care less about the guys. The guys would walk up and go, "Hey girls, can I buy you a drink?" Fuck off, and then they're back to their drinks.
That's Ireland, though.
And that's
the girls
very
are
Ireland.
The ultimate fuck off.
Don't try and meet a girl in Ireland. It's
No.
just fucking wasted. And they're not even 10s. They're like 4s, and they're full of attitude. It's absolute. I would become gay if I moved back to Ireland. Make my life way easier, or just stay single. But no, it's horrific. But
horrific.
The lads are just, and most lads go home. Like, most lads don't get lucky. That's just, a woman, if she wants to, have some fun. and puts a little work in, she can absolutely bring a dude home if she wants to in most cases. A guy, that's all he fucking cares about, and most of the time he never gets to do it ever.
Yeah.
I just see a complete other side of it.
There is that.
Here's some interesting icks for men. Can't use the right your two
Sure.
there.
Yes, that's
Right.
true.
Grammar is
That's
bad.
icky.
Okay, here's one. Laughs at their own jokes.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, because we were gonna go there later.
Oh yeah.
So I spoke to Joey, and he said, "No, out."
That was funny.
Doesn't say
See,
hi
I
to
like
other.
that, Dirk. That was not icky.
Doesn't say hi to other people in the room.
Yeah, that's rude. I hate.
Shy-
I hate
It depends on the
people.
context of that.
Shy
does,
is
it
a
depends.
shy guy. Is a
Yeah, I
shy-
don't like that.
Ah,
Yeah,
an
I
ick.
don't like shy. I'm sorry, I don't
You like
shy guys.
outgoing, outspoken.
I don't like extroverted people. I do like people that are good at socializing. I'm sorry, I do like extroverted people, but I'm an introvert, so I connect better with people like that who are
Uh-huh.
good at socializing. That's the sweet spot, in my opinion. Not people that constantly like won't shut up and they're like, yeah, I don't like that. But
Here's one-
yeah, being
here's
too
one.
shy is icky.
Doesn't like animals.
serial killer.
I don't care if a guy's not obsessed with animals. I just
No,
don't.
but doesn't like animals. Did anybody ever say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't like cats" or "I don't like dogs"? There's
That-
something your parents did a very bad job.
Yeah.
There's something.
How can you not
Something.
like beautiful
Everybody
animals?
likes them. There's nobody that
Yeah.
doesn't sees a puppy or a dog and goes, "Oh, hey, fella. Oh, hey, little girl."
Yeah.
Even if you don't have one, or if you're not a pet person, you still
Sure.
like them. Like a deal breaker, we're like, "Oh, I heard she's got a cat." Fucking cats, because a lot of people don't understand cats. That's I get.
Well,
it. Dog
I
people
was
don't
turned
get
off years ago. This girl, I wasn't that into her anyway. We were kind of just friends. But I often said, like, I would actually try and give her advice and say, listen, your dog is fucking shit up. Because she had a New York apartment and she had a monster. I don't know what kind of dog it was, but the thing was taller than me when it stood up on its hind
like a
legs.
Great Dane or an
Fucking
Irish
enormous
Wolfhound.
thing.
Yeah, that's
And it had big floppy mouth that would just drip everywhere. So it would just leave saliva all over the place. There were dog hairs and saliva and the smell of dog all over her apartment. And I was like, I don't know, girl, but like, if you brought me home and I had to face this, maybe we'd have one good night, but I don't think I'd start dating you.
Well,
Because
that's
that
not the
thing is a
same, though.
fucking
She's-
liability that's
she's-
always around.
Yeah.
And the thing would throw up every now and then, just randomly.
Oh my gosh, that
just-
can ruin the dynamic. Honestly, I love animals. I was attacked by dogs multiple times, a couple of different breeds, bitten by them. So I do have some fear around dogs, but I still
irresponsible
like them.
pet owners are what
I
we're
do
talking
like
about here.
them,
We're not talking
But
about
when
the
I
animals.
when I go and visit somebody's house and they cannot control their giant dog to not knock me over, I'm never coming over again. I'm sorry.
Then you should.
I'm never. And look, I like dogs. I really do. And I like to pet them, get to know them. But if you don't have control of your animal, it's like, it doesn't matter. He's friendly. It's like, not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels like your dog's the cutest baby on earth. So please just be
Not
polite.
everybody wants the dog crawling on them.
I told my
street.
friend who's German Shepherd, which was a rescue, that poor thing was abused. It was
Uh-huh.
good that she took him in, but I told her I wasn't going to go back to her house unless she put him away in a room because he was afraid of strangers. And the second I walked through the door, beeline for me and bit me multiple times, stalked me around the house to attack me. And she said, "That is so rude that you would ask me to put my dog away." I was like, okay, we're not friends anymore. I'm sorry.
This
I
is
have
a
to get
whole
attacked by
other
your
show,
beast
though.
or we're not friends. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
this is
I'm
not
going on
like
rant.
I don't like cats or dogs. These are bad pet owners who
That's-
have
yeah.
It gives me the
absolutely
ick.
no idea what they're doing.
A picky eater. A guy who's a picky eater.
It's like I put that in the same camp as like now I like some people have a certain dietary restrictions. Maybe they're kosher. I'm a vegetarian, but as you know, because you've eaten with me everywhere all over the world, I don't make a big splash wherever I go. I'm not a picky eater. I just don't eat certain things. I don't want to be a picky eater because I feel it's perceived as I'm a pain in the ass. There's
Yes.
nothing worse than going to a restaurant where someone has a list of things they can't have. and they don't want near them. So yes, a picky eater is a turnoff. The
For-
other
So
thing is,
true.
For me, the woman can be a picky eater, but the guy can't be a picky eater. Guys can't be a picky. A guy should be like a big hound or a gorilla or something. You put anything in front of him, and he'll just fucking stuff it in his face. That to me, maybe I'm too traditional or something, or old fashioned or whatever it is. But a guy who like forks through his food, going, "Oh, I don't know if I can have that."
I hate
and that.
it. No.
He
so
just
could
seems
you
like a
taste this for
weird-
me and see if I'd like it?
Men or women. For me, it's
The
men
word?
or women. Oh, that's terrible, Dirk. Men or women, but specifically men who like, you're at a nice restaurant. I'm just gonna get chicken tenders and fries because it's my safe food.
Because
We're
I'm
done.
trash.
We're done. Hey, look,
Yeah.
if you have certain like dietary things or you really don't like, if you can
Sure.
just be cool about it and just order something you like and not make it everyone else's business or problem, then you can get away with it. But if you have to vocalize it and be a little baby about it, disgusting. Ick. True. Very
People
true.
who send things back in restaurants. I mean, there's a reason why you should and why you can, but for
Yes.
the most part, they don't exist. It's very rare. If you don't like something, you don't like something. The last time I was in a restaurant that there was something unacceptable, we said nothing, and that was when I went to dinner with Angelo. We had
Yeah.
pasta that was not al dente; it was crudo. It was raw,
I would
and
have
we
sent
didn't
that
send
back.
it back.
I would have sent it back.
You would have. I know.
It'll hurt your tummy. You can't digest it. if
We
it's not
both
cooked.
barely ate it, and it was a shame. It was flavorful, but
You're
people
paying.
who,
You're paying for it. I don't know. That's we're getting into a different thing
no,
here.
yeah,
but
okay.
I have to hold the restaurant to a certain standard. I'm not going to be an unnecessary dick about it. But if I'm going to pay for the meal and there's something wrong, like wrong, I like my steaks rare, right? If they bring it out and it's medium or well done, I will send it back. I'll be like, hey man, the guy forgot it was on the plate a little too long. Can you
Sure.
do me another one or whatever?
You should always send a steak back if it's overcooked. I'm sorry. You should.
I've
that's a totally different animal.
I've actually eaten things that I don't like. I've actually eaten things that really foods that I don't like, or that maybe even give me indigestion or pasta or whatever, because I don't want to be that dickhead on the date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather have the stomach aches later and just not tell her, just
Sure.
because she went, oh my God, that's my favorite pasta. We both have to try it. And I'll go, sure, hey, even though pasta will fucking murder me.
It'll ruin
You know what I
it.
mean? Picky eater would definitely, if I was a girl, it would turn me off. But as a dude, if she's picky, that's fine. She's allowed. She's the queen.
picky though. Let's
She's
get
allowed
back
to
to
be
what
picky.
picky is. I mean, like, oh, I don't like mushrooms, and I don't like tomatoes, and I don't like cauliflower. When they have a list of stuff, it's like,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
annoying.
what the fuck? You're
That's-
gonna be a needy bitch, and I'm so the hell out of here. That's what that's gonna be.
Right.
Like,
You're a pain in the ass.
You're a pain in the ass. Like when I go to a restaurant, we go to a steakhouse. You guys order all the steaks, and I'll just say, "I'll have the spinach and mash, please, thank you," and the wine list. Then we're good. We're done.
Right.
Let's not have a big thing. But
Yeah.
Rod says something interesting, and I can clarify this even slightly. Vegans give vegetarians a very bad name. When you're a vegetarian, you can have dairy and cheese and all kinds of great stuff. Vegans are a pain in the ass, and they're the worst part of vegetarianism. It's like, I only eat the stalks of plants. They eat at your place, and you have to serve vegan, and you eat at their place, and you're getting vegan, which is so true. Now, when people come and eat in my house, I make Italian food, and who cares if it's vegetarian or not? Because it's got great vegetables, great cheese, great pasta, great whatever. And you know what? These guys, if we're ordering, they all order steaks, and they eat them here. So, because if you're gonna have a wall up says you can't have this and you can't have that, fuck off. That's annoying. People need to leave their picayune garbage on the side of the road when they're meeting people for a first date. God, I don't like tomatoes, and I don't like that, and I don't like this.
Yeah, Ray, a nose picker is just very vulgar.
That's
Very vulgar.
Like 100% of people.
You can't do that. That's like, no. Here's an interesting one here. Doesn't use cologne. Now, I was gonna say, because we've been talking a lot about fragrances recently, and I just the other day, and then we did a thing with Timmy last Sunday, and you know what? I kind of kept this to myself, but I don't think it's very masculine to be all mad about fragrances. Is that bad?
You have way too many things that are like, that's
I'm
not
like,
what
don't eat ice
men
cream. You look like
do.
a baby.
Yeah, don't
You
eat
know?
ice cream.
Don't be a
Don't
picky
drink
eater.
milk. It's for babies.
It's for babies. Be a fucking man and grow up.
Listen, you know what? When you're a confident man, you can wear a pink shirt and look great.
Yeah,
Sure.
100%.
Yeah. So you could do that. It depends. But like when somebody walks around and goes, "Oh my God, did you see this new tincture by Lalique? It's glorious." Well, then like I have a
Like
nice guy I'm
Jeremy
going to introduce
fragrance,
you to.
too far, too far.
Yeah. It's
Um,
just be a man.
I
Be a
think
man
it's
about
totally
it.
fine to wear fragrance as a man. In fact, it's nice. But I think, yeah, if you're too like feminine, won't stop talking about it, it's a little annoying. But it depends.
Okay.
I
Well.
like the natural scent of a man that I'm attracted to,
Mhm.
right? Like I love that.
Yeah.
It's the pheromones and everything. A nice perfume once in a while, like on a night out. I like that. I don't think daily though, like in a
Okay.
casual setting, it's necessary.
I'll home in on exactly the difference I'm talking about. Right. When a hot guy, attractive guy, solid man is found by this woman, she goes, "Oh, he's perfect, great," and then they're dating, but he doesn't have any specific clothes or whatever. She'll start working on him, which is really nice. She buys him a cologne. She's like, "Put this on. This will be really nice on you. And can I tweezer your eyebrows a little bit and clean you up and so on? And here's the thing for your beard. I love your beard, but I get beard rash when I'm kissing you. So there's the thing to soften it." These are all things she does because she's curating him. If she arrives into the relationship and he has beard softener and a collection of colognes and all, I'm getting the gay. Sorry.
I'm getting the gay. No, because straight guys are gay now. All the gay traits have jumped over the fence. All the hair colors and cosmetics for men, the unisex everything. Everything's unisex. You know what? I don't like unisex everything. I like fragrance for women. I like fragrance for men. I like deodorant for men and women. I do like to have the divide there because I think there's a beautiful difference between men and women. When you smell a gorgeous fragrance on a woman, I mean, I agree. Like, if a guy's got all that stuff, it's going to come off as a little bit gay, but because the world is getting very gay. Everybody's Harry Styles now. He's probably wearing Chanel No. 5 now. Guys are wearing ladies' fragrances, and they're like, "Isn't it beautiful? It's floral." I'm like,
What about this one? What about this one? Can't cook. A guy who can't cook to save his life.
I think you have to be able to cook basic things and feed yourself. It does give me the ick when people only order out. They don't know how to cook at all. Right. I don't think a man needs to be a chef. I was spoiled growing up because my dad was a chef. And so I grew up learning to cook and seeing a man cook very well. But I don't need a man to cook for me. I think that's like romantic and nice once in a while, but I like cooking myself. But if a man doesn't know how to cook and all he knows how to do is microwave Hot Pockets, gross. It's true. It's an egg. You don't need to be a chef. Learn how to cook a few basic, simple things.
Make an omelet.
Healthy food. Know how to make some healthy food for yourself. And that's a baseline. But even nowadays, most women don't even know how to do that. It is an ick in general for me. So it's kind of funny to see this women
who can't cook anything at all is a very strange creature.
And they make a big point about how that's empowering. Not being able to take care of your basic needs is not sexy or empowering, you idiots. Learn how to cook basic things. It's embarrassing. And even all these poor people who have no money are paying to eat out constantly.
I said take out all the kitchens in Long Island City. They don't need, the rents are so expensive and you need more bedrooms. Remove the kitchen. None of them cook. None of them.
That's crazy.
Wow. Nobody cooks. They are all doing Uber Eats and Seamless and all the whatever international,
not having a kitchen in a home is just that's super odd to me.
It's the heart of the home.
It's the heart of the home. It's also my favorite room. Whenever I'm at a party, I always wind up in the kitchen.
That's exactly the truth.
It's
the kitchen is where people come together. I don't know why, but it just is.
Yeah.
It just is.
It's usually where all the bottles of wine are stacked there too. So
you've got closer access.
Every time we've had cocktail parties here, every single time, no matter how nice everything's set up anywhere else, everybody is standing in the kitchen talking and drinking together. That's it. That happens every time. No one even needs to sit. We're just standing, leaning on counters and drinking wine. It's every time.
We'll do a few more. Can't clean. Doesn't clean the house. Doesn't know how to clean.
That's just gross.
That's gross, right?
Everybody should know how to use a vacuum.
Doesn't make their bed like in the morning and stuff.
Like after I read that guy's book, now everybody should make their bed every morning. Don't leave a bed unmade. Oh my God.
Here's one. Still talks about their ex.
100% the worst.
I
That's
think
more
if
like
you're
that's more like a red flag than an ick.
Yeah,
that
it's a
is
red flag.
that is red. I mean, if you are having a discussion, you're talking about something specific on purpose, that's one thing, but that they just offer information about their ex constantly, or it is actually an ick when men randomly bring up like hookups they've had with other women. It's not about being
No,
jealous. It's
that's
just
not
like
cool.
Bad.
you're trying to make yourself look like, hey, women like me. When truthfully, if you are attractive enough and you have it, you don't need to say it. The women that are dating you, they already sense that. You don't need to say it. When you sound your own praises too much, ick.
That's horrible.
It just makes you look insecure. It doesn't make you look confident and masculine. When you're confident and masculine and you have some mystery to you, I'm already assuming that you've been with beautiful women, and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
a fun story once in a while is fine. I'm just saying, like,
What if you met a handsome guy and he told you that he's never been with a woman before? Would that be a weird flag? Say you're
yeah.
like you
Yeah,
say he's
that's
your
weird.
age.
Why
you
are
met
you
a guy
telling me that? Just don't tell me.
like would he, I don't. Well, he might say, "Be gentle with me. It's my first
Ew,
time."
no, no.
She's like, "No,
Oh,
throw me
no.
throw me across the headboard."
Oh,
No
well,
thanks. You know.
that
It's
is
one.
yeah, icky.
It seems like one of those you can't. You're damned if you do or if you don't, because as Michaela said before, ages ago, we were chatting about this, and you said if you see the guy with some not so great girl who was their ex, it's a bit of a turn off. It kind of reduces your value a little bit, or something. I'm
To put it
paraphrasing
more
what you said.
harsh, when a man's been with just mainly ugly women, yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
It's a turn off. However,
That's a
I've gotten
weird
in
one.
so much trouble because they find old photos of me on my Facebook from years ago or something like that, and they see the exes, and now they're threatened by the exes because they're like, "Oh, she's hotter than me."
How can you
Or
be
she's a lot
threatened by
hotter.
something that's not even there anymore?
I know, but they're just
That's their
threatened
own
by it.
issues. That's
Yeah.
their
You
own
just say,
issues.
"Yeah, she was hotter than you, but she was crazy."
That always works. Here's an interesting one I heard, right? Where when the guy has to read the manual to figure out how the machine works, or when he has to read the manual to figure out how to play the new board game we got for Christmas, he should know how all of this shit works.
She's a psychopath. We all.
That's-
How many manuals have you and I read in our lives? All.
Never read one.
You never read one?
Never. There's a term in the geekery and the computer word. Read the RTFM. It's like when all other things fail. I mean, you've tried absolutely everything with the machine. Now it's read the fucking manual, which is the last option. Now you're just a loser because you're reading the manual. You're supposed to figure that out for yourself because you're a boy.
Like how the VCR works, or how to build this piece of furniture.
Whatever it is.
Wow.
There it is. He gets the IKEA furniture, right? Yeah. Now think of two parallel.
That's an ick.
That's an ick, and he gets IKEA. That's ick. But if let's say it arrives and he starts building it without the manual, and you're holding the manual, going, "Honey, are you sure it's?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got it." That's more masculine.
You just said
he's there with the
manual. That was good. You just Patrick Stewart that line. It was great.
Did I?
Totally did.
On the grass. So
the manual.
But if he's there with flicking through the manual, isn't that an ick?
Is it? I can't imagine that. I mean,
there's a really funny thing going around the internet where a guy. There's loads of different versions, but the guy goes behind the TV and he unplugs the wire, and then he goes behind the washing machine and he turns off the valve, and he goes around and does these little things so that when the wife is like, "Oh, honey, it's not working. Can you take a look at it and fix it?" He goes, "Yeah," and he grabs a screwdriver and he waves it around behind the thing randomly, but then he opens the valve again. There, it's fixed, babe. And then he just plugs in the thing again in the TV, and she's like, "Oh, it's great to have a man around the house."
That is attractive.
It's so nice to have a man around the house.
I think that I've never witnessed the manual thing turning me off or thinking that's weird, but it is nice when I just like that. I like men.
There you go,
I like how men are just good at touching things and messing with things and fixing them, that is attractive.
Tactile
Like
thing.
Eric is not a handyman by any means, but if there's something that needs attention and I tell him, he just like bangs around on it and it fixes it. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, I don't know, I just fixed it. I'm like, okay. It's like it is attractive.
It's part of
Patricia's
being
right.
a boy.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like you just know
Well,
how
boys
things
are
work in your mind.
tinkerers, you know.
I
in
love
general.
it. I love it.
Yeah, we break things and we fix them again. Since we were kids, that's what we
Mr. Frex
do.
it fixes it and wrecks it.
Like it's gotta be shitty. Like if there's something wrong with the plumbing in the house or electrical problem, you have to call an electrician.
You got to call in a man.
You have to
That's
call
the
in a
old
real
expression.
man,
Got-
and he comes in and he's got all his
he's got
tools.
tool
and
belt
he's-
on.
yeah, he's got dirt under his
I
fingernails.
have a funny
and-
story that
Yeah,
reminds me.
Oh, you're double fisting. You're double fisting. Look at you.
That's a
Oh,
weird
look
way
at
to say it.
Wow,
but
there's
yeah.
a first.
Well, you know, I wore this one today, but now I have this one, so
Oh my
You have
God.
a whole lot of bling on your wrists there, darling.
it's a bit much, but I'm enjoying it.
yeah, that's good.
A funny story. I was dating a guy in the past, okay, and I was driving. My old car was a 1999 Honda Accord Coupe V6 with a very clean engine and terrible problems with alternators, whatever. It would stall on the freeway, which is terrible because you could die and you could barely even turn your wheel to get to the side of the road. One time it happened, I was driving with my ex and he couldn't help. He couldn't do anything to help. He had no idea about anything. So I had to call one of my friend's husbands to come. And I didn't think it was going to be any kind of weird thing, but he was the only person I knew that was good with cars. He had messed with replaced my battery before. And that was the only person I knew. So he came, and the weird tension between these two men, the way that guy was scowling and glaring at my boyfriend at the time, like he was pathetic, was so weird to witness. But I realized, like, oh, this is a real thing. Like, this man's looking down on this man for not being able to help. Like, he had no idea.
Wow.
And I don't necessarily think I got the ick per se because he couldn't fix it.
You
but
did.
But the tension between those men was really shocking.
Well, he
It
is
was-
an ex.
Yeah, but it wasn't a bad breakup or anything. It just
Okay.
wasn't a good match. But it
Well,
was
you
just
noticed that the other man looked at him with disdain, like
he was like literally,
you're
and
so
they
not
didn't
a
know each
man.
other.
And
They
then
didn't
you
know
went,
each
you know,
other.
he's not. Ick.
Yeah, but it was just like they didn't know each other, and there was no reason. But he was just like shaking
He's
his
probably
head at
think-
him. I was
He
like,
was also
damn.
thinking about she's with this loser.
It was crazy.
He was
It was
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Last one, conversational skills. What about? Obviously, it's got to be a turn off if you can't have a conversation with the person.
Mhm.
But if they talk, what about when a dude talks too much? Is it possible for a guy to be too conversational?
No. I mean, okay, there are definitely certain people out there that have some kind of problem where they cannot shut up. There are, but that's kind of rare, but
Mhm.
we've all met them. You could be on the phone with them and you could put it down and walk away and they're still talking. That's a rare kind of person. It exists. But I think a man that talks a lot is attractive. I do hear a lot of women online saying like, oh, it turns me off because, oh, he's so full of himself and he won't shut up. But it's like, it's nice because he's smart. His brain functions.
If it's
he has
interesting
thoughts.
conversation and fluid and pertinent,
You know what
and
you
all
should
those
do?
things.
You wouldn't be intimidated by it or annoyed by it if you knew how to respond in conversation. So
Look at
perhaps
her.
it's the woman in that case that doesn't know conversational skills. But
Right.
it is very annoying because I'm a host. I host parties, events, cocktail parties. It's one of my favorite things to do. And one of the most tricky things is when I know certain people that are like acquaintances, their feelings would be hurt if they don't get invited, right? So I invite them, but I already know they're not going to interact with anybody the whole night. I have to babysit them because
Oh,
when people talk to them, and they're grown adults, they're older than me, but when people talk to them, they're like, hey, like, what do you do? Like, who are you? Like, what's, whatever. They have one word replies to everything and nothing else. You do
Yeah.
need to learn how to have conversations. Just loosen up a little. So that's why I make them drink, It helps a little. It helps a little.
Drinking
And,
helps.
if they're just some kind of secret weirdo, it will come out too, and that's good to know.
I like to
Duly
wear
noted.
ladies' panties sometimes.
Right,
They're okay.
right. But it is,
That
yeah, it's an
come
ick
out.
when people can't converse.
Yeah.
And I like it. I mean, I'm
or
more
are a
feminine.
bore.
Yeah, I'm a more feminine
Yeah.
woman, so I like when a man is smart and he's passionate about things, even borderline a little insane. great. If he gets annoyed if I try to like talk to him back, it's like, okay, just go stand in a room and talk to yourself in the mirror then. That's rare though. Usually men like it when women can chat with them and ask them questions, and if you have a story to tell as a female and the man then goes on his phone and he's distracted, that's a turn off. Like, that's rude.
Dirk, I feel like you like the brooding guy who says very little and sits there with his whiskey at the party. No?
I mean, it's an attractive picture, but like for engagement, no. You would want to have an interesting story. You'd want to hear something. You know me, I talk a dog off a meat truck. So
that's what I'm thinking. Like you
I don't want to be the one talking the entire time. No.
Yeah.
That's boring too, because you get sick
because you feel like you have to carry the weight of the entertainment when other people won't engage. And that is actually a pain in the ass, and it ruins the event, the party, the night. It does.
This guy came into my bar years ago. I just want to go back to Dilla because he had a really, really great episode. It's like when Don Draper fixed Pete's broken faucet. Do you remember that episode?
I don't remember.
Mad Men, everybody goes to Pete's new house up in Cos Cob, out of the city. They're all dressed to the nines in blazers and ties, and they all look great. It's amazing. And then the sink just in the kitchen starts it busted a leak. It's spraying all over the place, and he just goes like this. Oh my! Don Draper walks in there, takes his jacket off, rolls up his sleeves, gets underneath there, and fixes the thing. And all the girls go. It was like instant. It was so right, Dillip. It was really, really good. But I met this guy, came into the bar once, and he sat there like this with his drink. And I started to, there was nobody else there. This was just post 9/11, like a year post. And it turns out I got him to speak a little bit. And he was a handsome, he's probably in his 50s then. And he started telling me that he was the lead contract cement guy on the rebuilding of 9/11 of the World Trade Center. This guy was fucking fascinating, but he spoke with such a low, authoritative, detailed story. He wasn't going to say anything to anyone, but when you did speak to this dark, brooding character, he was so interesting. And sometimes that's the killer. But like, what's up? I'm going with my friends. We're going. I used to belong to Phi Beta Kappa. The fuck those guys. They're boring. But like the brooding.
Oh,
is
and if
great.
they won't stop talking about sports, ick.
Oh yeah, that's an
girls don't care. Shut up. We don't care, please.
Or what about finance? What about they start talking about the stock market or crypto?
If they get turned on sexually from the stock market, then why are they out with a female? That's all I have to say. You can talk to your other people in that industry, and you can talk a little about it, but if the woman has no idea what you're talking about, she's just sitting there, like, you need to be conscientious enough to recognize that she's not understanding and just move on. There's a million other things to talk about.
Why don't you tell me more about your widow Pee-Pee?
You know, one thing that got me as well, I'm just throwing them out as random here. There's a really, really beautiful girl I used to go out with a lot, but we never dated because I could never bring myself to do it because all of her conversation was complaints. Everything, she was a stewardess, you know, a flight attendant, and everything. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, we had such a rough day, and oh my God, that guy just got on my nerves so much, and so on. Oh, well, you look great. Oh God, no, I just threw on whatever I could. Everything was negative. Everything was a complaint. All the conversations were about how some neighbor or some landlord or somebody at her job, and it was just complaint after. She didn't have any other way of communicating. It was like she was
that's painful.
She just didn't know, and it was terrible.
Yeah, people that complain too much, they come across as naggy. It's annoying. It's true.
Life can be really annoying. That's fine, but like every single day is just a list of problems, of complaints, and the thing that went wrong, and the guy who didn't. You know, the
don't be a whiny baby.
How was your day? Don't get me started.
It's just rough.
Find something nice to say.
Well, that's our show, guys. That was interesting.
But number one ick. Let's do number one icks. Michaela, number one ick.
Oh no, I'll go last. I have to think about it.
Shane, number one ick.
Number one ick for me is when I, in a woman, when she wants you to want her, but she has no intention of doing anything. She just wants to know. Like, I have a good friend who I haven't seen her in a long time. But one time somebody asked, like, had we ever been together? And I said to that other girl, I was like, no, I see her as like a brother or so. I don't. There's absolutely nothing
It's
sexual.
not even
And
a
she
sister
got
or a
very, very upset. She was like, "Excuse me." Like she really what she wanted to hear, and she's completely with a guy and everything. There was nothing between us ever, but she wanted to think that if I had the chance, I would,
Wow.
and that bothered her that it wasn't there. I think that's kind of
That's really nutty.
bullshit. Yeah, that's kind of you're a fucking asshole. That's kind of all you are, you know.
That is. You're an
And I'm very judgmental. You know, I'm happy to go home. You know,
Sure.
I'll walk out of a date going, you know, I guess this would be easy, but I think I'd rather go home and just watch a movie.
You've done that a million times.
A million times.
I know.
Spoiled. I'm super spoiled. That's my
Yeah.
problem. What's
Michaela?
the ick?
I get the ick from men who, this is very common because of the area I live in, Pacific Northwest. The
Mhm.
amount of men who are, good looking men, even successful, because money around here typically dresses in cargo shorts, sandals, whatever,
Mhm.
Crocs. Ugh.
Ugh.
My ick is when men feel so insecure when they are requested or required or expected to dress nice. It is such a common thing. It's like, no, I'm myself. I'm going to show up as my. Shut up. It's rude. You're rude. And it gives me the ick. And it happens
Big
all the
time.
time. Like, you're too insecure to put on a nice outfit, or your wife feels like she's going to cry when she goes on a date with you because you refuse to dress a little nice, even just a little. It happens so often here.
For
It gives me the ick.
her.
It gives
Do
me
it
the ick.
for her.
What is it
Yeah.
going to kill you? Oh, I have to be comfy all the time. Like, I'm
Oh,
sorry
no.
you're that autistic. But you
It's
need to
probably
just
born out of
get it
fear.
together.
They just don't
It's
know.
ridiculous.
They don't have the wardrobe, or they wouldn't
Doesn't
know
matter.
where
The
to
woman would
start.
even offer. This is how
Yeah.
passionate about it. I'm talking over you because I'm that passionate. The woman will do everything she can to try to dress him nice too. Not even on the daily, just for like a date or an event. And he's mean to her because of how angry he is that he has to dress well.
She
That
should
gives me
dump
the
him
ick.
now. Dump
It
him
ha-
now.
It is
Dump
better
him
to
now.
have a
Dump
man.
him now.
Honestly, if you're already married, it's better to
worst.
have a man that's good in every other way, and maybe not that. That's okay. It's survival. It's better than nothing.
Right.
But that is just an ick. Like, grow up. Put on your big boy pants once in a while. You don't need to wear your safe, comfy, lucky t-shirt. Just stop.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Ick.
The need to always be comfortable is not masculine.
No, it's gross. I don't like it.
To always be in your safe zone and always be comfortable. One of the great things about men and women is that quite often we have to do things that we don't want to necessarily do, and that's part of being an adult.
Wear a tie.
Put on a fucking tie. I don't care how goddamn uncomfortable it is. You're going to a funeral. Put on a bloody tie and a shirt.
I've seen people come to funerals and wakes wearing jeans and sneakers, and I'm just appalled. I'm sorry, but I'm appalled.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have
really rude.
everyone, gentlemen, we all need
Disrespectful.
to have one black suit in our closet. I'm sorry, as maudlin as that might sound, please, everyone has to have one in their closet for
Agreed.
such an occasion.
Agreed.
And for people to show up with a pair of dirty Nikes on and stonewashed jeans.
Because that's how I like to dress.
No.
Yeah, exactly, Oisin. That's the
No.
attitude they're giving.
Yeah.
No, really. And it's like, well, I'm rich and I'm successful and I don't care. So F you.
Well, then
F
you're
you
never.
too. It's not about
Get
being
out of my
rich.
mother's fucking wake, you loser.
Yeah, you don't need to be dressed well because you're rich or to prove that you're successful. No, it's manners.
Yeah,
And we've lost
Mark
manners.
Zuckerberg.
Sick of it.
Yeah. And shit with Elon Musk, biggest fucking shit with
He's
on
so
earth.
awkward.
That fucking monster asshole.
Creep.
Creep plonker. Kind of a moron. Like a
Creep.
nerd.
Only a matter of time before he gets creep outed. It's gonna happen.
Oh my god. And what's your big ick then?
Oh,
Dirk?
you all know what my ick is.
What is it?
I have a clip. I'll play it for you really quick. Ready?
Okay.
Here it is.
I wouldn't be caught dead in flip flops. Oh,
That's a good one.
We all know what mine are. And the czar, said it's true. I've never been more vindicated. Men Do not wear flip-flops. Unless you're at the pool or the cabana or the beach. You're disgusting. And especially because men don't know how to go get pedicures. Find a girl that can show you where to go because it's gross.
You've got
That's my
tons of
story.
those. You've got backpacks. You don't like backpacks either.
I hate backpacks. Well, no,
Yeah.
my number one is beyond. I
Flip-flops.
have a nervous breakdown when I see cargo shorts and flip-flops. And one day I'm just watching Tom Ford. He's like, I would never be caught dead in flip-flops. And I'm
And you're
like,
like,
I was like, oh, the heavens opened up. Because when I'm bartending in nice restaurants and guys come in and it's evening, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and they have their cargo shorts and their flip-flops. Where are you? You're not at the
You're
cabana.
so right.
It's
You're so right.
grotesque.
I don't know, just to add on to that, and I know we're finishing this up, but
Mhm.
in all weather, some men just insist on wearing shorts no matter what.
Yeah, it's
I
not
have to wear my
Bermuda,
shorts. My
darling.
cargo shorts are comfy. It's 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but they have to. They just have to. Like, please, just stop. What's
I
going
hate
on
when I
here?
see that in the winter, and it's
Stop
always forgive me,
indulging
it's
in your
always the
own
same
comfort that
brotards.
much.
It's always the same brotards. It's always those guys. Always, it's the same guys all the time with their coral cargo shorts. Oh God,
Coral.
they're always wearing like coral, whatever.
Guys, if you like Michaela and her attitude and her rants about stuff she likes and doesn't like, go over and subscribe to her channel. It's full of that fun stuff. Lots of watches, lots of fun stuff,
Lots of new content. She
lots
is
of pretty.
working hard and putting out the best new content she's done. Look at her.
And very soon, je l'écoute Reverso duetto.
I'm so excited.
That's the next video.
And
It's crazy.
and
it's yours.
it's not a quartz. It's a manual wind.
Oh my
Yay.
God.
The real watch.
That's
Dirk.
Yeah, it's a
watch.
real watch.
That's beautiful.
A
Congratulations,
tiny little
Michaela.
gorgeous.
Courtesy
You
of the
deserve
man in the jacket there in the background.
Yeah, look at that.
Looking
Yeah,
very
the
slick.
mystery.
Mystery man, looking very
What's up,
slick.
Megan?
Trust me, if I could force that man on camera, he's so beautiful, I would. But he's a man of mystery.
It's a man of
He's
mystery.
not
It
gonna be
adds a
on
lot
camera all
to
the
it, I
time.
think.
One
I
day
think
you'll
it's
do an
cooler.
unboxing, an Eric unboxing.
Yeah, I'll unbox. Oh my gosh. If for a super chat, I'll do it.
Yeah. And if you dig Dirk, guys, Eye Bashers, he's on every night of the week, except for
Every
tonight,
night.
of course.
Except for Monday.
And are you doing Saturdays now? I think Saturday worked out well for you. the
Saturday
other
was
day.
really good. And I didn't realize it was going to, but I've got, I have the new audio. I really wanted to get it going. And I had a really great time. There's me buying some Habit Rouge at Saks Fifth Avenue. And had a really nice experience there. I'm going back on Thursday to meet the perfumer, Delphine Jelk. So I was invited to go see that and walking around the town. I had a great time, went out for a couple of drinks.
So cool.
Yeah, it was a really fun day. Saturday seems to be the day. So yeah, I'll probably be doing it. The Guerlain place was really great. If you like fragrances.
Ooh, I love Guerlain. I have a few
yeah.
by them.
Yeah, I love Guerlain. Yeah, I went, I'm bringing Habit Rouge back to the masses.
That's so
people
fun.
don't
I
even
love
know
that.
what it is. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I'm wearing it right now and I love it.
So the channel is the Eye Bashers. Nice and easy. Very easy to find. The Eye Bashers right there, guys. So go over and give Dirk a sub. I go on a Friday night as well, and we bash into the wee hours
Yeah,
of the
and
morning.
he's
It's a lot of
before
fun.
me at 4:00. Who needs a drink on the Oisin Michaela channel? As you all know,
Mhm.
probably. Needs no introduction.
Let's
But
see
there it
that Millie, that Milgaus baby. Oh yeah.
Well, it's getting
Always
a little
looking
green
good.
screen artifact on that today. I don't know why, but I've got a
Tiny
blue
bit.
screen.
At an angle, yeah.
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 It's weird.
Looks good though. And there's my Tudor. Still love this watch.
What
Nice.
exactly is it?
This is the chronograph, the Black Bay chronograph in two-tone, obviously. There is a version that comes with the gold dial, which is a little blingier, as you can imagine, but I like the one in black.
Is it also a brushed dial?
It's, yeah, everything's brushed. There isn't much glossy on it, except for the hands and stuff like that. But everything is very matte because it's very male. It's not
Dark.
It's not flashy. It's kind of.
It is a Tudor is a very manly watch. I'm sorry.
Very manly watch.
It is.
Yeah. Some people call it the poor man's Rolex. I just say it's the man's Rolex.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're chunkier. They're definitely a more.
All right, let's see the two
Let's
wrists.
This is my new baby.
Oh
This
my
is
god.
yeah. No, I'm so obsessed with it. I can't wait to make a video with it. And then I'm wearing the Rolex Datejust Jubilee dial from 1985
1985. Wow.
in all of its tacky glory. Love
Yeah,
it
it's
so much.
beautiful.
I-
Yeah,
it's
It's
beautiful.
fun. It's really
It's
fun.
fun.
I love it.
you can totally
It's
rock it
80s
out.
crass in a delicious way. Yeah.
So true. And
Yeah.
also thank you everyone for the nice happy birthday wishes. It's very sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations on that beautiful
Congratulations on
gift.
Eric, you're a king.
Absolutely. Classy.
Wow.
And happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That was a good show. I will see you guys next week. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure it'll be fun. This was an hour and 40. We really, the time just flew
And
by.
we could have continued,
We
to be
would've-
honest.
Yeah, we
really
could have.
easily could have.
All right. Thanks, guys. Great show. See you all next week. Thanks, everybody.